That's right. That is right. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. Let's see here. There, that looks better. We don't need the aquarium look today. Right. You are first. The great wrestling Bobby Lashley. Yeet. I don't know if anybody told you I will be back a week from today. So lucky everybody. Go tell my favorite Luis. He'll want to know. Hey, Rutan, how are you? Yep, bit. Yeet, yeet, and yeet. All right. Oh, they got you doing U-learns. Oh, I hope you have a lot of them. Then you don't have to come back. What time is it? 5:40. Yeah, you might. If you play it right, you might be able to get at least till lunchtime. I'll tell them. Nah. Yeah, I talked to Patrick earlier today and Kosovar. From what I'm told, I was very much missed and needed over there. Well, like I said, you got another week, and then I'll be back. Been back here since 3. Holy shit, you are milking it. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, of course. Hello, Moto, but I'm not talking right now. Sorry. This new phone is driving me nuts. Like I had money for a new phone. Thankfully enough, for once it didn't cost me due to some weird upgrade that I had. So I only had to pay $3 for the phone. But this is what I wanted to talk about to my regular people. Those red totes don't do themselves. See, I can do that. I can do cashiering, the red totes, and the brake packs, but I can't do OPD for another 2 months. So I'll be more cashier centric, at least till almost Memorial Day. But needless to say, gang. Yes, hello, Moto. It's Mr. Moto. Remember that old show? Was it Mr. Moto, right? From the 30s? Mr. Moto. I keep turning the volume down on that thing and it still keeps going on its own. So forgive me, my almost 15 people that are already in here already and haven't even been on 2 minutes. You people are wonderful. I mean that wholeheartedly, sincerely, and everything else. But because I had to get, oh God, my phone crapped out on me 7:30 in the morning yesterday. Okay. I mean, couldn't get into it. Nothing. So I'm starting from scratch. Well, because I'm, just about starting from scratch, I was able to get my contact list saved. But the rest of the stuff, it's like pain in the ass is what the hell it is. And so I don't have Facebook or Messenger or my Yahoo mail into the phone yet. So nobody got notified today that I was on stream. So this is one of those surprise, and I'm hoping by tomorrow I can get those functions back in the phone, and then I can feel, you know what? I know it's first world problems, right? First world problems with anything to do with a cell phone. Do we really need a cell phone? No, none of us really do. But we rely on these things. I said that the cell phones should have never gone past call and text. I'm serious about this because then it would have had been true for the emergency purpose. And then nobody could bitch, hey, why are you on your phone? Why are you on your phone? It seems like the phones, the technology, these smartphones, which make us more stupid, end up being more problematic. Did someone say function? Conjunction, junction. What's your function? I guess I just did now, didn't I? Hey, that's my line. So the title today, oh boy, something pretty screwy going on around here. Well, that's part of the something pretty screwy is the phone thing, but that's not exactly what the whole title represents. People, and I mean that, you people out there, what do you think? Firstly, I want to dedicate this video to Robert John, who, of course, sang Sad Eyes 1979. That's just going to be one-hit wonder. And Mr. Popeye Doyle, Mr. Could Have Been, Mr. Brady and the Brady Bunch. Oui, oui, monsieur, he was in the French Connection. He was a Hoosier. He was Lex Luthor in the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. You know, Mr. Gene Hackman, Pride of Danville, Illinois, along with Dick Van Dyke, by the way. Gene Hackman, dead at the age of 95. Well, when I saw the original bit of news that he was dead, I said, oh, that's too bad. You know, I mean, he lived a long life, you know. But then I'm starting to hear weird reports on different things. And I really don't want to talk out of turn, but let's talk about the two things that had been brought up since that death announcement. Number one, could it have been a gas leak? Could it have been a gas leak? Because he, his wife, and pet gone from this earth, you know, gone from the world. Number two, was there evidence of mummification on the wife? And if that's the case, what really are we dealing with now? Seriously, what are we dealing with? You know what? I knew you were going to say that. I knew it before I even turned these cameras on. And I was right. Randy, how are you doing? But I mean, something doesn't, I mean, as some of the typical murder mysteries, and I'm just throwing the word murder out as a genre, not as a fact, but they would always go off and say, something doesn't add up here. Hey, Kimba. And this is one of those cases. What exactly happened? And you know what? We may never find out all of it, but oh boy, this is going to be good. And what I mean by good is horrifically good. I don't wish anyone's whatever, but this is a strange case. This is a very, very strange case. And I cannot wait to see what the reports come back as. That's really what I'm waiting for. Yes, carbon monoxide was suggested. That's right. But like I said, if there was evidence of mummification on the missus, what the heck was going on? Yes. Everybody's starting to compare. You're also going to have to forgive me. You know, I mean, I've got the good glasses on, but you're being unusually friendly today. Are you feeling okay? Hi, Kimba. It was dog roulette, ladies and gentlemen. The puppy did not bet on 212 green. What's happening? That is a show from the 1970s featuring Raj and Rerun and Dwayne and that little pain in the ass sister and Shirley. And with the theme song that was similar to Hey, Penny, how are you? Like I said, Penny, I'm not ignoring you, but I can't get into my messenger. Haven't been able to since Tuesday. So sorry. Hey. I met Raj and Dwayne many years ago. Those two were cool, actually. They really were. Rest in peace, Rerun and Shirley. Rest in peace. If I didn't say hello to everybody before, I say it now. Yes, indeed. It's like this. Hi, Penny. Hi, Penny. Hi, Penny. Well, hello there, James. I mean, what are we up to? Hopefully no good. That's always fun. We want, up to no good, up to a bunch of trouble. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm telling you. So, I hope everybody is basically doing good. I'm still trying to figure out what the rest of my weekend is entailing. Hopefully get to go to the 4 State Record show Saturday. It's a 50-50 chance on that. We'll see. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. The last time I talked to him was briefly when he was on, what was that, a couple days ago? You betcha. You betcha, each and every time. Currently, right now, it's just Folger's Classic Roast because, what did I get to? Yes, oh boy, what a life. Here we go. Toby Beans, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that Toby Beans. Just look at her. She's already in her tree making biscuits. See? She's making biscuits. She loves this tree. She got it for Christmas, of course, obviously, as you can see with the Christmas tree. What she doesn't know is I'm filming her making biscuits. Does that make me wrong? Probably. Look at that. Look at the biscuit making process. Yeah. She making them biscuits. Now, make them extra thick this time so the butter stays on them. Damn it, I'm fat. Now I want biscuits. Son of a... The password is mummification. That's a long word. I don't even think you... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... Fuck. 13 letters. Couldn't use it in Scrabble, even the long version. He was just at Joe's movie stream. Oh, cool. I love Joe. I feel bad sometimes. I miss him. He must be mad at you. Oh, Toby? No, Toby's not mad at me. Toby's mad at everybody. No, I'm kidding. What a pretty kitty. Yes, she can be. She can be a little stinker. I'll tell you that right now. Miss Toby Beans. Hey, Mike, how you doing? It was Randall in the kitchen with a wrench. Mm-hmm. That's right. I know, right? Seriously, I liked his acting, for God's sakes. My mom was not a big fan of him. We were talking about him earlier today. But I got to tell you this, as much as I liked his acting, I'm so glad he didn't end up being Mr. Brady in the Brady Bunch. If I remember correctly, I've heard several different stories. It would have gone, make me biscuit, Toby's Piccolina. Oh, she's already like, yeah, I told her about you, Piccolina. Tight head. And good things, too. You... And so the thing is that the original Brady Bunch concept was supposed to be, or at least it came down to, other than obviously Florence and Robert Reed, right? That it was, they were thinking Gene Hackman and Joyce Bulifant, which I'm like, that wouldn't have worked. I'm sorry, that just wouldn't have worked. I'm glad it ended up being the way it was. I predicted that if they went, Gene Hackman and Joyce Bulifant version wouldn't have lasted a season. Would have died after 13 weeks. That's my predicting dong, yes. Yeah, my alert thing sounds like a doorbell, too. Go figure. Hey, thanks for coming on by. I'll tell you, indeed. Always good to see the visitors and such. Oh, man. So, I really don't have a lot planned today. This was kind of a last minute spur of the moment, but I have to tell you, there's no way. Normally I would have done it on Wednesday. There's no way. I was so drained physically and mentally, and I would have just been a big blubbering bitch. And I know some of you people are like, well, isn't that what you like all the time? Well, I try not to be a big blubbering bitch, blah, 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 all the time, but it doesn't always work there. Oh, hey, Dead Wax, I didn't see you there. But, I don't know. Yeah, I'm too poop to pop. That's what it is for me, see. But, between doctor appointments and, thankfully enough, I go back to work a week from today. But still having the monetary issues. I do have that GoFundMe, and it will shut down. Well, I don't know. It'll probably shut down a week from today. And I appreciate the couple people that have donated. Thank you very much. It is important. You've been able to help pay the little medical bills. I mean, there's not really no such thing as little medical bills, but the little ones that I can pay, you know what I'm saying? Cost me almost, between the rent, the hospital was more expensive than the surgery. It came out to that my eye thing was about $6,000. roughly, give or take 100 or two. Can you believe that nonsense? 6,000 for a eye surgery. I don't know. I know I'm being very impatient. I don't mean to be. It's just I really want my sight back, completely. And I guess I really should be grateful for what I have, And what I mean by that is that I guess I can wake up every day to have that opportunity to be either positive or a little blubbering bitch, which, what is it? In a couple weeks, I'll hit 57.5. That's what we're going to have in the age scale here. And that I have at least almost 35 people watching this 57.5 idiot. I really am very thankful for you people. Yeah, I said you people that come in here to help assist with my therapy sessions when I can do these things. Okay. I saw that RG popped up earlier today. Actually, I dropped in for 2 seconds just to basically say hello. I did. I have no issues against RG. Caring for Misha has been like taking care of an infant. It sounds like it based on the couple pieces of information that you've told me. And by the way, I still have your number saved. So at least I was able to get into my contact lists. So at least via phone, I can get a hold of the certain people. And like I said, I really did not have a lot to go on. I figure we'll just do this show like we always do, generically, as we all go along. And you know what? That would be grateful. You don't have to. It's not required. Just like I say with the donations, it's not required to donate. It's if you care to. And if you don't, that's good. Yeah, that's all good. It's 2025 economy. I'm waiting for it to slowly get fixed here. Although he seems to be taking a little longer than what we were thinking. Although I keep hearing this very weird rumor about a possible $5,000 one-time payment. I said, this almost smacks of the relief checks we got a couple of years ago. If you got the relief checks, what was it back then? I got 2 out of 3. I can't remember why the hell I didn't get the third one. But I digress. So today we don't have a slice of shenanigans, but we do happen to have a episode featuring not only myself, not only Beans. We've got Chef Kendall, Doc Dacus, and a very young Mason from about 3 years ago. You are right. Nothing happens overnight. Usually, I always hate it when they go off, no matter who the president is, no matter what the administration, the first 100 days. No, try 6 to 9 months. That's how you're going to know how your president is. Give them 6 to 9 months to see how things go. And I think the rest of the term is going to show you, good or bad, 6 to 9 months. So we will all convey back in August, September to either bitch or hooray, either way. But today we happen to have the episode from about 3 years ago. I'm going to show you the last 10 minutes, called Monday Night What? And like I said, you get to hear me yippee yap, but you also get a very young Mason coming up here in 2 seconds. We also have Tom Hunyadi, if you remember Tom Hunyadi, and go.
Probably first Tim Machine.
But I love that one. He should have done a hell of a lot more stuff with those guys. I have to tell you, I know he's not watching, but if he was, I would love to make a huge thank you to Reeve Gabriels, okay? Because Reeve came to perform here pre-COVID. He came to Eureka Springs, which is about 30 minutes away from here, played a small-ass venue. I mean, 50, 75 people, that's it. And The Cure were on a break because he's been the touring guitarist, or maybe he's not anymore. I can't remember, for The Cure for a very long time. I couldn't make the show, Jessica, when she was alive. So this was pre-2019. And I was like, I so wanted to go see him. I'm like, oh, my God. I go, and I said, well, he used to work with David Bowie. And Jess was like, oh, I like David Bowie. I go, but he's been the touring guitar player for The Cure. She actually went half nuts because The Cure was like one of her favorite bands. And I said, well, let's try to get over there. Something happened. We couldn't go. So I hurried up and I sent a care package to Reeves. I said,
thank you,
I'm sorry, we couldn't make it.
Seriously.
Could you please sign these? This would mean a lot to me. So I sent the first Tin Machine CD cover, and I sent Earthling, because he's on Earthling for Bowie. And so not only did he send those back to me, personalized to me, he sent me some signed guitar picks.
Wow.
So,
Just joyous.
Reeves, cool dude. I still have some. I'll have to show you one sometime. But
It's
cool
true. I
shit
still do have them, but I don't know where the hell they are.
But that first Tin Machine, I love that damn album. But it was like
Under the Gods, my favorite on Tin
I
Machine.
think I remember seeing. I saw this in the cutout.
Yeah, my old internet,
with
my Ugandan internet. It was good coffee that day.
Never gonna bring you down.
Yeah.
It's Glass Spider tour ended up.
Oh, yeah, Never Let Me Down.
You know what I'm talking about?
The one after tonight. Mm-hmm.
It's a good, strong possibility.
That's it.
Good, strong possibility.
Yeah, the Never Let Me Down tour.
Right,
Yeah,
you.
Glass Spider.
Yeah.
I saw shit tons of those in the cutout bins, like shortly after that got
Oh, yeah.
released.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I didn't care for it. And I think the last Bowie I bought at the time, brand new, excuse my charge here a bit, was Tonight. Then I don't think I got her thing. Kind of, I shouldn't know Bowie, but it was just, he wasn't on my radar. Uh-oh, sorry, see somebody here. I apologize. Oh, it's you. Hi, Mace.
Look at that baby face. Look at that baby face.
Get off of here. But yeah, so I kind of, unintentionally ignored Bowie, but I've always liked the 70s and the 80s. And that was probably because when MTV came out, they showed a ton. And then, of course, Let's Dance being brand new. But, I mean,
God, I hate my internet sometimes.
I still remember.
At least back then.
I am a DJ. All those videos.
Yeah, right? Like I said, this is maybe 3.5 years ago.
Still my favorite from that period. Ashes to Ashes. Fun to fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole Scary Monsters album.
Oh, I love
I
it.
think
That was the first Bowie album I bought when I was 10 years old. Scary Monsters.
There was
1980.
one of the best episodes of Saturday Night Live. David Bowie on there doing "Boys Keep Swinging," and then there was a great segment in the news where it's Father Guido Sarducci, and he's promoting this new item called Mr. T, and it's just a tea little thing where you have to see it because I won't do it.
I remember this.
But one of the funniest things the Father Guido Sarducci character ever done on Saturday Night Live.
Wow, I don't remember that.
I'd just like to go ahead and say that as far as Bowie, I like a lot of the hits, but I'd say that some of my top favorite albums have to be Let's Dance, Diamond Girls,
Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs. Why did I say girls?
Yeah,
I have girls on my
charged.
mind. Come on, man. Diamond Dogs.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you want to come on.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Crap, it's the one that Hunky Dory. Hunky Dory. That's the one I'm
That
thinking
was
about.
good.
Pagnotti gets the point.
Sorry if there's any under 18-year-olds here.
Like Mason. No, I'm kidding.
But remember, yeah, Let's Dance is probably my. I would honestly have to say Let's Dance is probably my favorite.
I am not.
No, listen, Stevie Ray Vaughan is terrific on Let's Dance.
Oh, I'm like
he is.
And, he was like unheard of at that point.
Pretty much.
Stevie Ray
Right.
Vaughan.
Yeah, that's what made him. That's what made him.
That's what made him. But now it's like if you know his career, but you never heard Let's Dance and you played Let's Dance, it's unmistakably Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely all over that.
The reason I consider Let's Dance to probably be my favorite is because that's the one Bowie album that I've heard up to this point where I could arguably say there's only one song that I really don't care for on that album. Everything else is fantastic. Modern Love.
What is it?
China Girl, Let's Dance. The song is brilliant.
And I love that the versions on the album too are longer than the singles were.
Yeah.
And one of the most interesting tracks on there, I would have to say, is Criminal World. It's not a Bowie original, but he does the best version of it.
Well, China Girl's in the Bowie original either. I mean, like it is, but like it was like Iggy Pop. Iggy did that before, like David did. Yeah,
right.
Iggy.
Yeah, but
I've never been a big fan of the Cat People song.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't like Cat People.
No,
I actually think that the version
is crazy. Look at this,
better
like,
than the version from the film.
Right. Well, the film is kind of crazy.
Well, I always say this. The version of Cat People on Let's Dance is just. If you're looking for a more upbeat rockin' version of it,
Cat People,
great way to go with it.
Cat People,
the Cat People on the movie soundtrack, it's too slow for me. I like how they rocked it up on Let's Dance.
Let's Dance.
And then you got Shake It, which I don't like.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Bowie and that Let's Dance album, you're right about, that's how the world knew about Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's how that was my introduction to Stevie. And I loved his music. I'm like, holy crap. So it's like, but Bowie could pick them. Bowie could pick excellent guitar players. He really could.
Bowie truly was and still remains a true genius, musical genius, I think.
Oh, gotta give him credit because he took chances, and I love artists that take chances.
No kidding.
Like, I'll tell you a story. Like the first Stevie Ray Vaughan song I ever heard was like watching MTV.
Yeah,
back in the early '80s, hearing "Cold Shot." That just blew my mind. Like seeing the video for "Cold Shot," like I was like, "Oh my god! Like this guy's great."
And
wasn't that Albert Collins cover, right? Albert Collins did the job, right? Mike's confusing. Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and say that, and I use this as an example because I work in a grocery store and I work with a lot of people that like a Bowie song will come over the intercom and they'll say, "Oh, this is a great song, classic," but I don't know who's responsible for doing it. I'm like, David Bowie. And like, oh really? I'm like, yeah.
Well, I mean,
so what my point is that a lot of casual music fans don't realize that Bowie actually is the one responsible for delivering some of their ultimate favorite hits. I mean, he's responsible for part of Under Pressure, with Freddie Mercury and Queen doing the rest.
No.
No, it's Queen. It was never Freddie Mercury.
Didn't know that.
If there's one thing that annoys me sometimes, if on the rare occasion that I do listen to the radio, it's when they'll announce it as the singer and the band. Like, oh, you were listening to Jim Morrison and the Doors. No, I wasn't. I was listening to the Doors.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It just so annoys me.
Yeah.
Same goes with Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Yeah, but she actually did that. Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, it did become that, didn't it?
Yeah, right where she left, I believe.
Yeah, it did become like Diana Ross.
Get very Gordy and said, "You put my name on that."
Yeah.
Didn't David Ruffin want that for the Temptations? He wanted it David Ruffin and the Temptations at one point.
Oh yeah, David Ruffin was like he was a bastard about that. Yeah, like he thought he was like the #1 star. Like he's like,
Well, I know that they did it with Eric Burdon and the Animals.
Right. I mean, but those are rare occasions. I mean, it doesn't happen
Opie
much.
Robinson and the Miracles.
Yeah.
And for 2 seconds, I'll bring up Tom Hagnotti's favorite band. This is a quick trivial note. For 2 seconds, they considered making it Davy Jones and the Monkees. It's a true story. I'm so glad they did.
Because he was the most well known of the
four,
Of the four.
Are you talking about Paul Stanley and Kiss?
Yeah, Paul Stanley and Kiss. Yeah, that would go over real well.
Right.
Now we did have Paul McCartney and Wings. for a time.
Yeah, but that was more of the label suggestion. The label wanted that, not necessarily Paul.
Yeah.
So he kind of succumbed under pressure on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you notice like that only happened after like Wildlife didn't sell that great.
Right. Exactly.
Sometimes, not all
so
the
it's
time.
like Paul McCartney and Paul McCartney
and then plus
after those after those two albums, when it came to like Venus and Mars, it was back to Wings.
Jeff does.
This is just what I think about Wildlife. I think this is just my theory, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have also thought this too. But I just think the reason it didn't sell well when it first came out is because I don't know if the world was much like McCartney 1. I don't know if the world was really ready to hear Paul McCartney do such an ambitious thing like what Wildlife.
Hey, Ruth Ann, isn't this kind of weird that here I am on this box and my younger version is right there in the next box?
It's hysterical. I love it.
It's a bunch of upbeat tunes.
No. Single for the
that
didn't
I
necessarily.
think the most single-worthy thing on the album is Tomorrow.
Oh my!
Yes, I agree.
That would have gone down in flames like the Beatles album.
It was called Wings. Nobody knew at the time really that it was Paul McCartney's new band.
Oh, there it is.
So I mean, there's
right.
And plus,
it would have made a strong EP.
This is true.
Yes, thank you.
This is very true.
No.
I mean, in a way,
I used to love doing that to them. McCartney 3 strong EP. I still feel that way. Mm-hmm.
But I
love it.
I love it.
It is, but like I love like from like Mumbo through to Dear Friends, like the whole thing is brilliant. Like I love it.
Dear Friend is. I would consider that to be actually very, very underrated because a lot of people shit on that song. I'm like, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful album closer. Honestly, it is.
We're almost done with this, kids.
Yeah,
a couple minutes, 2.5 minutes.
I don't. One of the things that annoys me about the record. One of the things that really annoys me about Wildlife.
I hope Calvin's doing okay. I haven't seen him in forever.
Strange, I think.
I
think it's a cover.
People are.
No, you're thinking of.
I know.
Remember that name, ladies and gentlemen, that just popped up.
Nah. But you know which song I'm trying to talk about with Wings.
Yep.
I've been having a lot of sleep deprivation lately, so that's why I'm screwing up my titles. But I just have
take a nap.
Take a nap.
Love is Strange.
Yeah.
What can we say?
And that was the single.
That was the Beatles fan.
That was the proposed single.
I'm more of a Beatles fan than a Paul fan.
So I'm glad that was never released as a single.
I probably
but I'll tell you, some people never know is one of Paul's best ballads.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Anyways, there you go. There's your slice. There's your slice of beans today, along with a few other people that I missed that I haven't got to see in a while. So Paul McCartney, somebody put me out of my misery. Like I said, okay, I'm a Beatles fan, through and through. But the Paul stuff, as far as I'm concerned, the best albums to me, Band on the Run. Always like Band on the Run, and I like Back to the Egg. And what the hell was that other one? And Flaming Pie. I like those. Those are probably my top favorite albums. Ruth Ann, how you doing? How is everything over in the state of insanity, otherwise known as Cali?
California, yeah, the fascist state of California.
The fascist.
Yeah, right now what they're doing. Oh, this is great. Okay, so they changed my whole.
Let's hear this. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is really good. Okay, so it has been mandated that even though we have a shitty electrical grid and everything else, we don't have enough power. Every community must have electric vehicle charging stations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our lovely management, apartment management that sends out this notice, and they give out all the buildings that will be affected. They leave out mine. I go out now. See, I was going to go out the night before. I thought, I got to go get smokes. And I thought, nah, it's late. Maybe not. Wait till the morning. Very wise to listen to my intuition.
Yes.
Because I left in the morning and I see my neighbor coming up the hill and she's struggling. It's like dark 30 in the morning. We can barely see.
When was that?
I moved my car because we're gonna all get towed, and I'm like, we're gonna get towed. What are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were gonna work. I mean, so every single morning I have to get up and go move my car before 8 o'clock in the morning. Which
that's gonna be a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, I go park right in front of the office. And the good thing about it is those jerks who come around with the blowers, they don't blow dust all over my car every single day.
Hey, Doc, it was 3 years ago, that video. Can you imagine that?
Can't imagine. And I had
hair buddy. From the upper north of Canada, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Doc.
Oh,
hello.
I'm looking at that filmage and I'm going like, I don't even remember doing that.
See, this is the thing, right? Mason was so surprised that I saved pretty much 95% of all the episodes that were ever filmed for this channel.
I think that's fabulous, Paul.
Well, fabulous. I'm glad I did, considering, like I said, we've got two that are on the Island of Misfit Toys in the memorial section, and that Shenanigans and Beans, and there's probably other ones that I don't know about right now that have gone on to the great VC in the sky. But, this is why I like to, some of you people have given me positive about it, some of it negative. But guess what? It's only just for a little part of whatever episode I feel like. That it's my show. So there. That's my mature response. Or as Doc was like, with like Little Rascal, where Spanky goes, Oh man!
Yeah, but I'm looking at look at all the talent that was on there all at once.
I know, right? It's incredible. It was bombastic. I'm telling you.
Tom Agnati was on there. Mason
I miss
was on there. Oh,
I miss all of these.
Yeah, mind blown.
The Alive in the Past. I miss them all.
Yeah, the famous Jeff Kendall in the corner.
See, I'm telling you that I loved when I'd be up on your stuff there with Jeff and Tim.
Infamous me, who doesn't bother to brush her hair after a nap.
It's okay.
Well, I did.
Mine is naturally like this, before and after a nap.
Yeah, I just thinking that was 3 years ago, and I still got the same couch.
See. Well, if it works, just after sunset tomorrow, you'll be able to see all of the plants. Oh, now look, Randy says just after sunset tomorrow, you'll be able to see all of the plants to the southwest.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Very rare occurrence.
No, it just happened about 2 weeks ago, too.
Nice. See, what does that mean? Well, that means that our world is getting towards the burn-up stage. That's right. We are getting closer and closer to death, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Mr. Positivity, me.
At the bright side of death, just before you take your terminal breath.
Oh wow. Does Doc look like Captain Kangaroo, or is it just me? Well, it depends on how many mushrooms you might have had before you came on, Randy.
Kangaroo?
He doesn't have the pockets.
Mr. Green Jeans. Remember Mr. Green?
Remember when Mr. Green Jeans, the rumor going around that he was the illegitimate father of Alice Cooper? That made me laugh all the time finding out that little story. I was like, yeah, right, whatever.
No way.
Yes, it was a rumor for a while in the 70s.
Whoa.
You almost sounded like Mrs. Ed for a second there. Wilbur.
I know. Behind the scenes, Paul.
No, he looks Canadian. Well, that's because he is Canadian. So maybe was there a Canadian Captain Kangaroo? There you go. The CCK, ladies and gentlemen. Notice what I did there. I got around all that. It was predicted on this show that this would be the year where the kids started eating the parents and the parents started eating the kids.
Oh.
Yeah, it did probably like in the Book of Revelations, it's something similar except the eating part. But they'll eat them too. Zombie brains. Sean, how you doing?
Sean, hi Sean.
Sean, everybody loves Sean. Everybody loves everybody.
I know.
Well, mostly,
my cheek for you, Sean. It's the Italian way.
Mr. Green Jeans was Mr. Haney's brother. Tell you what I'm gonna do, Mr. Douglas. he always, most of the time he suckered him pretty good. Although once in a while, Mr. Douglas would pull one on Haney, and I'd be like, "There you go, that's better."
I'll be honest, the characters I remember very little.
What was that about Mr. Haney? What there, Doc?
Did Mr. Haney ever get out of puberty?
Probably not. I don't think so. Oliver, hotcakes.
He was forever in puberty.
I don't know where Mello is. And let me explain again before I go off on anything else. I got a new phone, can't get into my messenger unless I'm on this laptop. And if you think I'm going to go off and have to type in and have to keep moving to we're up to 25 people now, I alert. I'm not doing that. It's called people will see that I'm here, and hopefully if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and if it's not, it's not. Captain Kangaroo was on every morning at our house, and I got to admit, probably at least some of the days for me too, because being that I'm a Chicago kid, you're a Mushroom fan as well, Randy. Good on you. Ha. No, Mr. Haney went to the school of Andy Devine. Oh my God, you had to bring up Andy Devine. Well, if you're going to bring up Andy Devine, then I have to do this. Oh my God.
Is that part of the questionable parentage thing, or would something else?
Well, just.
I want to see.
It's only 5 seconds long, so
yeah.
I
don't have a longer attention span anyway.
Is it better than Vito Scotti?
Well, this is where the Ghoul got his idea.
Oh, you're a magic twanger, Froggy.
There you go.
Wow.
That's where the Ghoul got his idea, of course, to bring Froggy back, and he would do all kinds of things to beat up Froggy. And let me see. Let me see if I can pull it. I wish Jeff Allen was here. Yeah, put a Ghoul clip. Say that 5 times fast if you're drunk. And Ghoul clip, yes. Oh boy. Here we go.
You reminded me to take my daily.
Let's see here. Froggy Boom Boom. Oh no, hang on a minute. He always liked his fireworks. Ghoul did. He always liked his fireworks. And for you people out there, I say you people, of course, the Ghoul was popular in Cleveland and Detroit. And I don't know if Canada could see, I'm assuming probably Canada could see the Ghoul too, I guess.
I'm Detroit, basically.
Ah, yes. Oh, because what's the city?
I want to talk to James Farley has the grandfather clock. Always scared me. Yes.
Yeah.
And when it was time for grandfather clock, I hid behind the couch.
I could see that. Really? Grandfather clock was scary. He's going to put boom booms in Froggy. I wish I did, or at least a Ghoul shirt.
Yes, Sean.
There you go. Boom, 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 boom.
Sean's got the idea.
Yep. You have a Froggy tee, Randy. Very cool. Yes.
Hey, look, I am wearing my Canadian Pride shirt here. See?
Oh, look at that. Oh,
look at that. Oh. Vancouver, eh?
Vancouver. Yeah.
It's a moose.
With the orcas.
Okay, Smoke, she's wearing a moose boy.
I'm wearing a moose on my boobs.
The password is moose boobs, or otherwise known as moobs. See, we can combine that.
I made it up.
Moose boobs.
He's not really a doctor. He just plays one on TV. So how did Doc get his nickname? Well, you see, it all had to do with that accidental episiotomy he had to do back in '74.
I hate those.
It's newer, not vintage. Okay, I get it, because I know they can reissue just about anything nowadays. Scratch glass, turn blue, just don't get caught. That's right. That's what he used to say. Scratch glass, turn blue. Have you guys ever seen the original Svengoolie, though? We're not talking about Son of Svengoolie, which turned into Svengoolie. We're talking about original Svengoolie. And I barely remember him. I was probably, let's see, about 5, 6 years old when I saw the original Svengoolie. And if you people haven't seen this, let me give you, I don't know, just let me give you about a 4.5-minute clip.
Ooh.
It was originally called Screaming Yellow Theater was the name of the show, which of course was a knock.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Screaming Yellow Theater,
which was a knockoff on Screaming Yellow Bonkers, which was a candy. See, so they were making fun of that. And then,
do you remember what was it? I'm having a moment.
I have moments all the time.
Fire Sign Theater.
Yes, I do actually.
I love them. Nick Danger, Third Eye.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Lardos, it's with a few suggestions for all you hefty bags.
And there's the coffin.
How to lose that unwanted
that's been around for decades
without selling it to your neighborhood. Tonight's weight loss tips come to us from the famous Dr. Maxwell Shrillman, author of these famous diet booklets right here. First of all, his first book, Wait Till the Fat Fries Nelly. Wait, you get it? Like that, of course. Next hit, The Doctor's Quick Weight Loss Through Death. Remember that. And his latest book, a combination history and diet book called I Lost My Lard at Scotland Yard. Now, here is the first of Dr. Shrillman's tips. When you feel the urge to overeat, he goes on, just repeat out loud over and over the following phrase. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. Now, I myself was tempted to try this method of dieting, but it didn't work.
How come?
Well, because I can't talk with my mouth full. That's all. It didn't work. Okay, now, here is the very latest diet fad that's sweeping the nation, the Tarzan diet. It's called the Tarzan diet because each day for a week, you drink tiger's milk, and you're guaranteed to lose 20 pounds.
Wait a minute. How does tiger's milk help you lose 20 pounds?
Well, you try taking it away from a tiger, you'll lose 20 pounds too. Here is tonight's final dieting hint from Dr. Shrillman. If you can lose 10 pounds each week, then allow yourself to gain 2 pounds each weekend, in about 1 year, you'll disappear completely. Hey, that's not a bad idea. See you later.
Wow, man. Did you see that? It just disappeared.
That's 1970 for you.
That's magic. Magic. I swear.
There's more!
Ladies and gentlemen, in an attempt to add a touch of class to tonight's otherwise lackluster show, I've decided to interview the only person with the wit,
there you go,
the intelligence equal to my own, not to mention the good looks.
Well, don't mention it.
I won't. So here he is for a brief, in-depth, intellectual discussion of the burning questions of the day. Let's give me a warm welcome. Here I am, the one and only, the lovely, the talented Svengoolie. Let's welcome Sven. Come right in. Sit down here, relax. Well, thank you, really. I couldn't have said that better myself. Hey, you will. Listen, remember, I, the interviewer, and I, the interviewee. You know, Sven, may I call you Sven? Go ahead. Okay. I've always been a big fan of your singing. Tell me, exactly to what do you attribute your musical success? Would you tell me? Well, Dummy, may I call you Dummy? I wish you wouldn't. Fine. Well, Dummy, I attribute my musical success to the millions of tone-deaf people all over America. Listen, Sven, as far as I'm concerned, how far is that? About a block and a half. You go down the street. Oh, listen, go ahead. You were about to say something nice about me. Yes, I think you're the greatest musical talent since Johnny Tillotson. When I found out you were going to be on the show, I was beside myself. Huh? Don't look now, but you still are. That's right. Not only that, but I see now you're better looking in person, really. You know that? Listen, you said this would be an in-depth interview. So far, there's only one thing that's getting deep in here. Okay. Now listen. You stand. I'm not standing. I'm sitting. No, will you stop going for the cheap jokes? You go for cheap jokes? Yes. How about you? I've seen this show. And some of the stuff is really bad. Calm down. After all, you got an image to protect, you know? My image. How about your image? How about it? I'm a one-of-a-kind personality. That's what you think. Well, we're almost out of time. I want to apologize if I offended you in any way. That's all right. You know what they say. Yes. You're only hurting yourself. I said that. Okay, listen. Thank you for coming on my show. And what do you mean your show? It's my show. No, it's your show. Remember, I asked the question. Yeah. Well, I just want to say this. I don't want you to come into my program and look at my other chickens, sit on my own again, and listen to the broad chasing.
Wow.
Yay!
Yep.
There is more.
That was really special.
But that's what I barely remember watching that growing up, though. That's the Sven I
never
remember.
saw that before.
But Son of Svengoolie, which turned to Svengoolie, is the guy that I love. Unfortunately, so you factoid people, though, that Svengoolie that you just saw, his name is Jerry G. Bishop. Jerry G. Bishop, if you're a Beatles collector, he did an interview album that got released. And you know how they did the Ed Rudy American Tour number, what was it, 1 or 2? It was Ed Rudy. They did a Beatle talk with Jerry G. Bishop. And that got put out, and it's a semi-tough album to find for an interview album, okay? But it was put out in the mid-'60s. The guy was a disc jockey before he ended up being on WFLD TV, Channel 32 Chicago. And he tried having some other music-related shows, too, in the late 60s, kind of like a Chicago version of Bandstand a little bit and such. And then he ended up moving out to Cali. He ended up going to Cali, I think it was in the 80s. He stuck around until the 80s in Chicago. And I can't remember if it was San Diego. I want to say it was San Diego he moved to and pretty much spent the rest of his life there. Yeah. So Jerry G. Bishop, you betcha. Don't you know?
Yeah.
Yes, this Sven is more svelte. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of horror hosts, have you ever run into Harvey's Festival of Fear?
Why, how funny that you bring that up. Considering
plan this.
I don't know if you could see my little photograph next to Spider-Man. That's Harvey's Festival of Fear. Signed.
Well, I just ran into him last weekend for the first time.
Hopefully you didn't hurt him too much.
No. but I'm looking at him. I'm going like, did he steal his shtick from some WWF guy?
Oh, you betcha. Oh.
Now, really, who came first, Harvey or Paul Bearer?
Paul Bearer, but Harvey is from the area of Tyler, Texas. That's where he's from. That's where he does his shows. Okay. It's Tyler, Texas. Okay. But that's funny. So he was up in Canada, huh? What was he up there for?
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit. What was he up in Detroit for?
But I only ran into him for the first time this past weekend.
Oh.
And, when he came on and did his bits, I'm going like, is he trying to be Paul Bearer? Or?
Oh, you mean, okay. So let me ask you this then. So you were watching him on TV, excuse me. So was that, God, what channel did he used to be? A Retro? Was it Retro TV?
Retro TV.
He's still on there, huh? See, what happened with this guy, okay, he was on for a bunch of years. And I don't know how old episodes you watched, but there was a guy that ran the mortuary. He was an older guy. He died in real life. That's why they shut the show down for a while, because they were like, they just didn't feel like doing it. Well, next thing you know, a couple years goes by, people were asking. He started back up again, but from what I heard, he only lasted a year and shut the thing down again. So I don't know how true it is, but there's I want to say 5 to 6 years worth of reruns. That's why they probably still play them. And then there used to be one, and right after Harvey, there used to be this hot little number. Oh my God, what the hell was she? She was supposed to be a vampire, but she was based out of Cleveland, Ohio, and she finally just shut down her production, I guess, in 24. So yeah, there's not that there. I don't know, unless there's some new horror hosts I don't know about. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that Sven squad, but personally, I can't stand them. I mean, sure, Gwen looks cute. Nostalgia Rafu, I know who that is. He seems to be at least minorly funny, and I don't like the imp guy. They need to axe him. He needs to go first.
Yeah, the girl there, she is good. I do like her. And the other two are kind of like.
This is a swell show tonight, everybody. A swell show. Da 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 da.
So have you guys ever seen
a little bit to comment on that old film stuff you were showing there. But I have to go. I have to get ready for my own show.
That's right. You've got your show on very shortly.
In just 25 minutes. So I have
See?
to go.
Yeah. And how convenient. That's probably about as long as I'm going to be on, too.
Here, you look pretty good.
I have to get out of here. So bye-bye, y'all.
See ya.
Well, it's nice to see you, Doc.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
You never know what button to...
There we go. When I was a kid, we had JJ and the Morning Crew with Dick the Bruiser. Oh, God, Dick the Bruiser. I love Dick the Bruiser. It was a funny show.
Salty Brine on the radio.
Salty Brian, huh?
No, Salty Brine.
I'm sorry, Salty Brine.
Salt water, yeah. Yeah, because most of the time we were outside because we were country kids. So we didn't want to be indoors at all. And when it snowed out, that was when we were in. And we would all huddle around the radio and wait and see if the bus was going to come or if we had a snow day. And so then we'd hear from Salty Brian, all the schools are closed today. And we'd go, yippee! And that was the beginning of our day. No TV.
Hang on. Sean, hang on a second. This just got into my... I just thought about this. It's only about 30 seconds, but this will take some of you Detroit people back for at least 2 seconds.
Excuse me. 1 in 100 Detroiters. 1 in 100 Detroiters gets discounts on albums, clothes, concert tickets, sports, movies, and even food. Now Dread through WRF presents the Gold Card, with even more discounts at stores all over Detroit. Trade in your old card for gold wherever you see this sign, and get the edge of Dread from WRIF, the home of rock and roll, baby.
That's right. For you Detroit people.
I don't drink my coffee while you play these things because I would be spewing.
I love Dick the Bruiser. He was a good wrestler. He was. How he landed, with the Detroit audience and being and he cut records too. He did. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What kind of things did he do? I mean, was he just talking, or did he do music?
Well, hang on a minute. That's kind of a good question, isn't it? Now, let's see.
That's a good question.
I know you did ask a good question.
Yay,
let's see. Yay, you indeed. Let's see.
I better have a sip of coffee before you put something else on.
Oh dear God. I'm not going to play all of this, but this is the first thing that came up for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is the Meet the Bruiser Band. Meet the Bruiser Band.
M-E-A-T? Meet? Or M-E-E-T?
M-E-A-T. Meet the Bruiser Band. 96 beers gets good high.
Oh my God, what an outfit. Is he wearing what I think he's wearing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Lenny's Inferno.
I can dig with this.
Be drinking.
Nice.
Too many beer drops for one platter. Pass along.
I've never heard this. This is funny.
School's out now. It's summertime. Time to party. And I ain't lying. So come on over and get your buzz.
Oh, that was cute.
Yay.
I was going to ask you, Paul, you're talking about horror shows and stuff like that, vampires. Have you ever seen the Vampire? It's a spoof on vampires. It was actually a movie. It came out of New Zealand at Wellington called What We Do in the Shadows. Oh my God. It is so funny. It is so funny. I mean, it's about these vampires who decide to rent a place together. They rent a flat in Wellington, New Zealand. And they're all roommates. And one of the roommates is actually like a psychic vampire. And oh my God, he's the most boring guy in the world. And he just exhausts everyone. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows somebody like that, where you're in their company and you just can't wait to leave because they're like sucking the lifeblood out of you just by
and it's not even sucking in the good way either.
Not in a good way. Yeah, well, that's what this psychic vampire in the show is like, but it is so hysterically funny. I mean, I recommend it if anybody gets a chance to watch that movie. It's called What We Do in the Shadows.
Funny.
It is a scream and a half.
Hey,
good play on vampires.
Entertain the troops for a minute or two. I'll be back.
Where's my lighter? Okay. Shall I sing? Okay. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. And she's buying a stairway. This one out. Okay. I'm done with that. I wonder if I have any more juice in this thing. Yeah, I do. Okay, well, I won't sing anymore because I know your ears are probably bleeding by now. And what is that chair Paul's got back there? In fact, let's really look and see what Paul's got. Okay, he's got a yes thing, a nectar thing. Is that red duct tape on the chair, or does it come like that? Okay, are there any answers? I can't even see chat, so I have no clue what's going on. Let's see. And I don't know anybody who can put up little messages or questions, so I'm really clueless. If I turn on my phone, which I have right here, then there's an echo and there's a problem, and Paul will mute me. Can you imagine the disaster if me, myself, and I are muted? It's like I have so much to say anyway. But Misha is doing very well, by the way. He's walking, and I've got him pretty well drugged up on a medicine. 2 different kinds. One he has to get twice a day, and one I have to squirt into his mouth at night. And it's like this big hassle. I have to squeeze the sides of his face and get him to open his mouth. And then I have to thing with the syringe and shoot this stuff into his mouth, and he goes like it's good or something. You know, he's such a good boy. I mean it. You know, when you have a cat, any animal, you know, or even an unwilling human, you know, you do what you can for them, right? I think I hear Paul coming back. Hurry up, Paul. Paul, I'm running out of material here. Paul, how long can this coffee possibly take? I think you're going to get a lot of complaints about me.
Okay. Duct tape for. Oh no! Did you ruin the proceedings? 777, Ruth Ann, and you do predictions. Well, I predict that a few of my watchers left. Oh, there's the prediction. I'm teasing. I think.
Can I say? Lousy host just when I'm put on this. I did try to sing, Paul, but my lighter went out and it wrecked the song, and I had to change the words.
What were you trying to sing, Ruth Ann?
Stairway to Heaven.
Ruth Ann.
I know, but it's the only one I know that you do with a lighter, and it's like a real.
There should be a sign, you know, like Wayne's World, where the guitar store where you can't play Stairway to Heaven. It's got to be like, I should have a sign that says "Don't sing Stairway to Heaven." It doesn't matter who it is, even Mello or anybody else that can sing or not sing.
Tell me that.
Well, that's because you didn't get the memo. You just turn off the volume for me, and you won't give me back any
password. That's why.
The password is encore. All right, let's see. So I'm going to make myself big for a minute. All right. So here's some recent finds and such here. I thought I would share. I'm actually kind of curious about this little documentary. This is called Fallen Angel, and it actually is a documentary on the Christian singer Larry Norman. Yes, who originally was in the band People. For just the first single in the first album, which the song I Love You was a top 20 hit in '68 for these guys. But Larry Norman, I have the pleasure getting to see him live once, and I thought pretty damn good concert. He made you think. Larry Norman, rest in peace. A really good Christian artist for sure. Fallen Angel, The Outlaw, Larry Norman. Also, I'm going to show some CDs here. Very Best of Asia. Yes, we love Asia.
I like Asia.
Yeah, and it even has from the first album all the way to Then and Now from 90, some different songs there. Also, we had a death last year from Moby Grape, but my friends, yes, one of my favorite Cali psych bands, which unfortunately had such a rough history in their life. I think I might have shown this one, but I'm not sure. Simon Kirk. I didn't even know that in 2016 that he actually did a solo LP. And yeah, basically looks like that. I can't drummer of Bad Company and Free, of course, and well, other people too. Cannot wait to actually check this out. But currently what I've been listening to, getting myself prepared for the 4-State record show, is the latest from Seether, The Surface Seems So Far, which this is the Walmart alternate artwork. Okay, because I hate to say this, I was lucky I even found this. All right, CDs I'm beginning to learn, and I don't know about you guys out there, but in 2025, it seems like it's getting tougher and tougher to be able to get the new material in a brick and mortar, unless your record store that you go to is really good on keeping up on that kind of stuff. Okay. The vintage stock chain seems to be slacking most of the time now. I think they've been slacking, especially the last year or two. But this one here, and the reason why I'm showing this to you, and this, of course, just basically shows this. And this is on Fantasy Records. I didn't even know up until I got the EP, which pretty much followed. You know, this preceded this. Okay. And they're on Fantasy Records. Yeah, that Fantasy Records. The same label that went pretty much back to the 50s, got reactivated, and John Fogerty's on Fantasy. How about that? You know, he half kissed and made up with the owner's kids. Okay, so he even got back some of his rights, his royalties and stuff. So good for him. But Seether, John Humphrey is the drummer of Seether. He will be the celebrity vinyl seller at the 4-State Record Show in Carthage, Missouri this Saturday, March 1st from 9 to 3. If you're in the Southwest Missouri area, it's a little north of Joplin. So if you happen to be around that area, Springfield, Missouri area, eastern Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, go to, because they're going to have over, I'm told, 65 dealers are going to be there. 65 dealers. At least it's going to be fun till the daddy takes the T-bird away. $5 to get in. I sound like a big fucking commercial. Also, here's an interesting book I actually cannot wait to read. Of course, saying that, I'm beginning to think that there's going to be a lot of dirt. This is a book about Ron Howard and Clint Howard called The Boys. I'm telling you. Let's see if I can show a photograph, at least one thing out of here. By the way, the Beatle book that I've been reading, which of course doesn't come out till April 8th, I've learned a couple things off of it. I have. I really, really have. And what the heck is this? Ron goes, my marked up Grand Theft Auto script complete with rudimentary storyboards. My film prep today is more sophisticated, but ultimately not that different from what you see here. So, The Boys, Clint Howard, Ron Howard for that. And then, let's see. Hang on a minute. I'm so far behind in my comments here. Yes to you. Oh dear Lord. You can sing the catches to. Yeah, we did mention Chris Jasper last episode, Robert John and Gene Hackman today, Roberta Flack the other day. I think we're all caught up on the passings, I think, but I could be wrong on that. Does anybody here hate the song Brandy? Well, I'm not a real big fan of it. Looking Glass did Brandy, which two members of Looking Glass, after Looking Glass broke up, would go to form Stars. Yes, which I may play a Stars track since I probably haven't cleaned up anything.
Right, Captain, right. Mystery ship.
Yeah, I love the record of Edmund Fitzgerald. Skip Spence of Moby Grape's solo album Ore is an outsider site classic. If you haven't heard it, it's worth tracking down. Actually, I have heard some of it, and I would love to find a copy. I guess later on they put more Ore, which was more to, isn't Ore a hard album to find? Well, an original copy, yes, but now I don't know how many times they've reissued it now. I want to say at least 2. Ron Howard always got his brother in the movies. That is also true. Even Apollo 13. He's also in Backdraft. So look at that. See, sell for $500 plus in good condition. And I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if I've ever seen an original copy of Ore. I've just seen reissues. Oh, you won War. Hopefully decently priced for you, sir, in Patrick's auctions. I heard he does really good. That's always nice. Since I brought up Stars, of course, was a band out of New York, which they were big in the 70s. They also were managed at one time, Rocksteady Production. Bill Coin from Kiss had them, but this is one of my favorite songs from them, actually. But I'm not going to show you the video because God knows they'll nail me for it. So from 1977, let me set you up here. You're sniffing that, kids. Never mind. I don't care, Olay. I just don't. Good for you, Super Serum. It's not Captain America serum. All right. So I present from 1977. Yes. Not yes. Stars. With Cherry Baby. That's Stars, kids.
Good song.
Yeah, they are good. Kind of like a more pop-orientated Kiss. That's true, too.
Along
Maracas, with Angel.
I would have played my maracas with it.
But as long
I have
as
a little drum and my guitar, forget it.
As long as they don't have the secret microfilm. See, that's a Monkeys episode, is where it was hidden in the maracas.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. But yeah, so let's see, like Kiss and Stars and Angel. Like I say, Angel, they kept calling him like the anti-Kiss. And I'm like, okay, look, there's no such thing. And if you think you're going to pull Angel to be the anti-Kiss, in fact, what was it? They had holograms.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and they would have like holograms of each of the band members. I don't know how they did that for like 1978 technology, but back then that's what they. Yeah, well, see, one of the things they did something in their stage set, and it went wrong one night, and really? Spinal Tap used it and kind of turned it. It's the section where they're in the pods, and Derek Smalls can't get out of the pod. He's sitting here trying to get out. That is based off of an Angel story, an Angel tour story, just like with the little Stonehenge. That's Black Sabbath. Okay, from 83, and I'm just like going, oh man, that they were taking the piss out of all these other bands, and I just thought that was funny back then. I cannot wait to see the second one. I hope the second one. I mean, the second one isn't going to be just as good as the first, but I hope it's at least half as good as the first. I'll settle for that. I'm not well. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no issues with you, my good man. I was caught in the 70s shoplifting a Love Gun 8-track. And they said, why could you at least pick the better one? Oh boy. Yeah, they kind of were too much nicer. I mean, and the one that broke out of all that was Craig Giuffria, the keyboard player. He was the one that ended up going on in the 80s to Giuffria, and then the House of Lords, which had some Gene Simmons involvement originally. Really? So, I mean, oh yeah. They saw them too. Tim did. My buddy Tim Smith, he saw Angel back in the day. He likes Angel. I've got what is it? I've got that Bad Publicity album, which is what
talking about 1983 and around that time.
Yeah, kind of late 70s, early 80s.
I think I was hitchhiking most of that time.
That's right. Now Angel's back. Frank Domino and isn't it Frank Domino and Punky Meadows? Those are the two that are back in it now. Yes. So they're cranking. I think what is it? Deco Entertainment's got a. I know they have a 50th anniversary Angel on vinyl, but I think they're supposed to be putting out something new from those two. So that'll be nice. Whenever you can have new music from classic artists in 2025, that's a win-win, no matter how you slice it.
You know, Paul, I got word the other day that my friend got asked, what do you want to do with all these albums that are up in Toledo, Ohio?
Yes.
And so I said, I know all these people who are crazy about old records. I said, send them all to me.
Send them to
I'm
Psycho.
the only one in the VC who doesn't, not only do I not have gear, but I have no vinyl. So I said, just send me everything. And then I can just go, look at this, guys. What do you think?
See, there you go.
Imagine the fun. Oh my God.
Man, oh man.
I
And
don't
you
even
know
how to clean a record. I'll have to rewatch some old videos or something. I'll call Jason. Jason, how do you clean a record while you're playing it?
Well, no, you don't want to clean a record while you're playing it. That wouldn't be good.
I'm joking.
Nah, although somebody would probably try to do that, nevertheless.
Yeah, like me, I would.
Well, I don't know about that. I never said that.
Look, I haven't played a record player in such a long, long time. I mean,
well,
I
ladies
was
and
happy
gentlemen,
to figure out CDs, okay, and DVDs.
Oh, sure.
And then they hit me with Blu-ray. I was like, how is this different?
yeah. I mean, what was
Then
it?
I realized that it was a trick. It was all a trick to keep me buying media.
Oh yeah. But see, I'd rather be buying media than having to rely on the streaming services, which can go off and delete things, add things. At least with the physical media, with the physical media, at least you bought it, you got it in your hands. There it is.
Toyota.
And I mean, that's what I just got done to, what was it? Parlogram. I commented on Parlogram's new video, which he was talking about how that hopefully maybe there'll be a 30th anniversary of the Beatles anthology. And I said, well, there's enough stuff, that can get cranked out and to be able to re-release it. Now I understand that CD sales aren't exactly as great and the vinyl sales are so-so, but they said that the DVD and the Blu-ray sales have gone down. Well, I still want the damn physical media, and I still feel guilty for not getting Beatles Get Back because I really liked it, but I need to get it, and it's not that easy for me to find. And I don't know.
One Beatles CD. I think it's got a couple of CDs in there, but I've just got one, and it's all on CD. I haven't even listened to it.
That is good. I cleaned while I played, but it wasn't a record. Around 78, I had flyers for those bands on my windshield. And you know what? Could you imagine if you kept all those flyers from the windshield for all those years?
God, Scott.
I'm telling you. Angel was featured in the film Foxes. That's right. 1980, Jodie Foster, Cherry Curie.
I love Jodie Foster. I think she is such a good actress.
I've never seen the movie, though. I know what you're talking about. I think it's on YouTube. I could probably just simply watch it. Foxes was a cool movie indeed. And of course, that title can be for all the lovely ladies in the VC because you're all foxes. Or what is it that Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd as the Czech brothers? It'd be like two foxy ladies and be like this.
Foxy ladies.
Yes, two American foxes. Oh my God. Anyways, on that note. It's time to depart, ladies and gentlemen. I know I got 31 people here watching, and I really thank you guys for being on here. I know it's almost an 82-minute show, but it is what it is. The next one, maybe I'm probably not going to do one tomorrow, probably not Saturday, maybe Sunday, hopefully. It was a great movie. I had Hannibal Lecter in it with farfisa sauce, farfa beans. What? That's right. What? Don't go. I'm lonely and depressed. Well, you know what? Maybe you and Ruth Ann can somehow video hook up and you guys can deal with things. What do you mean, no? She's like, no. Fox on the Run. My favorite Sweet song. You're my distraction from the horrid life. Well, you know what? You don't have a horrid life. So long, kids. Good night. Da, 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 da. Remember, ladies and gentlemen.
Best I can do is give you a tour of what's going on with my setup with the cat and my moving situation, which is
boy, yes,
so thrilled up, it's unbelievable. Oh, Paul. But guess what? I got some great news.
What's the great news?
Best news ever. Okay, so there's this young lady I met on her 12th birthday, 44 years ago.
Okay.
From that day on, she and I were besties. When
her
father saw her come home after a date with her boyfriend with a hickey, he called me up because I worked for him. I was a driver for him at the time. And he said, Ruthann, take Pumpkin for the weekend because she's got a hickey on her neck and I want you to give her a talking to because her mom was Well, Pumpkin was all 14 years old. And so, what did he think I was going to say to her? I said, Pumpkin, I said, if you're going to get a hickey, don't advertise it to your dad.
There's the piece of advice.
Yeah, just a little advice. Do it somewhere secret where he can't see. Anyway, hey. Well, anyway, she had 2 kids with that guy. But anyway, I digress. But she swore when she moved to Arkansas, she was never going to set foot in California again. And guess who's coming to drive me and everything out to Arkansas?
Sucker.
Pumpkin is coming to get me.
That's right. Your Pumpkin and her lovely Pumpkin.
I have the most loving, I delivered her first kid.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I delivered her first kid.
Psycho likes to put the hickeys in the inner thigh, but that's a different story altogether. And so that's my mark. I leave my mark. Always proud of my coffee each and every time. And never forget this damn important fact. So help me God, if I got to put it on a... Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.